Hello, and welcome to the Thirsty Bitches podcast, where we talk about anything under the sun, from books to entertainment to self-help, and even a little spice. I'm Victoria.
I'm Kiara. And I'm Katalyn.
And today we're here to talk about the Sandman. I'm so excited. I have been waiting to talk about the show for a fucking decade, it feels like. I love this shit.
I literally have not finished.
I know.
It was really good. This is really weird that I've actually finished.
I haven't had time. I've just, obviously you guys know, like, I've just been super busy the last, like, few months with, like, the move and getting a new job and all this stuff. It's just been, like, hard.
I binged it last night, so I feel you.
Girl, last night I did not binge that. I had a lot of champagne with my bestie, and we watched other things.
You needed the roommate night. Like, you needed it. It's fine.
It was great.
You guys gave me a pass on She-Hulk. I'll give you a pass on Sandman.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm going to stop giving you guys passes on anything.
I literally have not had a pass on anything until now. It's true. So,
I'm supposed to be able to rely on you to finish stuff.
I'm sorry. It's harder to do that. It's only been 2 months that I've been here. My life is still, like, in shambles. Like, I'm trying to figure it out.
Anyways,
Katalyn,
let's finish the show. Anyways,
we already know that you've been playing catch up since the beginning, so it's fine.
My life is just one big catch up after being sheltered.
Yeah. Before we get started, we are going to jump into our quenchable moments, and if you're new here, a quenchable moment is something happy or exciting that has happened to us over the last week or so that we want to share with each other and with you. So to kick us off, Victoria, what was your quenchable moment?
So my quenchable moment technically hasn't happened. I am going to go to North Carolina on Thursday to go and see Wakanda Forever with Gabby. I'm very excited, but also really nervous. You guys know how emotional I get when it comes to Black Panther, specifically with Chadwick Boseman. So I know I'm going to cry through a good chunk of it, especially because they're showing the funeral rites for T'Challa in the movie. I'm just going to be an absolute train wreck.
Yeah.
So,
I'm seeing it with Riley on Friday, but then I get to see it on Sunday with Katalyn.
1 week.
I know, 1 week, literally. So exciting. But we all know that you're going to be an emotional wreck. I think I need to have like a forewarning moment with Gabby. I don't think we've had that yet. So,
well, I mean, she saw me. Maybe she understands a little bit of it with the trailer because we saw the trailer when we were together in Colorado.
When we did the last episode where we talked about Chadwick Boseman, and you literally, guys, like, we had to cut out like a big chunk of an episode because
that wasn't from Chadwick. That was from Crescent City.
It was Chadwick. There was a moment where you were crying about Chadwick on here, and you had to cut it out of the episode.
That was not Chadwick. That was me talking about the scene from Crescent City because it was the books that made us cry episode.
We both are just like, you.
There is a moment you were talking about Black Panther.
Jen was
there's a moment where I got emotional about Chadwick, but we didn't cut it.
You wanted to cut it.
We wanted to, but
you wanted to cut it. I don't think we had time, but you like were uncomfortable with it because you don't like people.
It was the one from
Rye.
It was the one from Crescent. Listen, I had to edit that episode. I know which episode it was. I actually had to edit both of those, so it's not the one.
Here's the thing. If Katalyn and I both have a memory about Chadwick, and it's there. It's
but the one, the time. Okay, I know we're getting like wholeheartedly off track, but no, the time that I like really cried, we weren't recording.
Oh, okay, that might be what
we weren't recording anymore. We had stopped. I had talked about Chadwick during the Black History Month episode. And then we stopped recording, and I talked about the day he died, and then I started crying. The episode that had to have the chunk cut was the Crescent City episode. I had to edit that episode, so I know which one it was.
Okay, well,
anyway.
You didn't make up that you did cry on camera.
Yeah, but we weren't recording, so it didn't matter. But fair warning, when we do the Wakanda Forever episode, I will be crying through that one. So just
everyone get your tissues ready because that is going to be a moment for all of us.
Yeah. Anyways, sorry.
I don't show emotion usually, so
we'll see. I'm going to be in a theater with you. We'll see what happens.
I had to set the record straight. I know when I cry, and I'm right about this. Anyways, that's my quenchable moment.
Katalyn, what was your quenchable moment?
My quenchable moment is that past me forgot that I pre-ordered a physical copy of a book I got narked for.
I saw that last night on Instagram.
Yeah, so what I didn't show on Instagram, so it came with a candle and some other goodies, some stickers I put on my book journal, but it also came with art prints of some characters. So this is Matthias, the death god, and then this is one of the goddesses, Sarna.
Nice.
So yeah, that's my quenchable moment. Is that, and the book is signed.
I love when
forgot that I did that.
I love when they come with art. I'm glad that authors are like doing that more.
Yeah. So that's my current obsession is the death god Matthias. He's amazing. He gives forehead kisses. So it's great.
We love forehead kisses. They're so cute.
Yeah.
I love that for you because I know how much you love that series.
Yeah, I'm not thrilled with how the second one ended, but I did get a warning.
Well, usually
that's what yourself. So the third book comes out in the summer next year, I think.
Oh, girl, you've got some time to wait.
No. Anyways,
sorry, boo.
Kiara, what was your quenchable moment?
So my quenchable moment is actually a recommendation. As you both know, Emily and I have been watching this new show on Netflix. It's called The Bastard Son and the Devil Himself, and it is so fucking good. So fucking good. I highly recommend it. Everyone needs to watch it. It's about like witches and stuff, like two warring witches clans, and the main character, his mom is from the Fairborn witches and his dad is from the Blood witches, and it's like a huge like thing between them. I'm not gonna like give anything away, but like Emily and I were talking about this, and it's for us like it's really hard to find like a good show made out of like the UK in terms of like shows like this. Like I feel like in terms of shows like this, like there's obviously like we have a lot of like really great like historical like shows that come out of the UK. There's a lot of really good like comedies and stuff, but I've just had a hard time finding like something like this that comes out of the UK or Europe or something, and this was just done so well. I'm about to have a dog like walk into my screen really quick. Oh, there's her nose. Oh! She was getting comfortable. Sorry, guys. But this one was done so well, and there's just like there's so many nuances. I will say that they're not so much like trigger warnings in sense of like they like actually say these things and do these things, but the way that they treat the main character Nathan, who is half black, his dad is black, and his mother was white. The way they treat him in the first few episodes is really like reflective of like racism in a way, because a lot of people are white in it, but it's not based off of the color of their skin, it's based off of the witches that they are. So just go into it knowing that like I got like viscerally upset with like I'm gonna jump into the screen and like beat the shit out of some of these people. Like I was like I'm about to lose it, but it was so amazing, and some of the relationships was just so good, and I'm in love with Gabrielle. I love that man. Everyone needs to go watch it. It's on Netflix, 1 season, 8 episodes. Definitely a cliffhanger at the end. We don't know what's supposed to happen, but
hopefully it gets renewed.
I think Emily looked it up last night and it did. Like this is probably, and like you guys know how much I loved House of the Dragon and like Rings of Power. This is probably like one of my favorite shows.
Wow.
That's come out this year. It was so good. Highly recommend. But yeah.
All right. Well, on to another really great show.
Yeah, I felt like it worked because it's a Netflix thing.
Yeah.
Totally. Sandman. So I've seen the Sandman like almost 4 times now since it's come out. I really, really like it. And I just think it's a great show.
It's a good show. I don't know if I'll rewatch all of it. I'll rewatch episodes, but
yeah, I mean, I skip the diner episode. I saw it the one time and I skip it now.
I don't know what the diner episode is.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's graphic, gory, right?
Yeah, but for those of you that don't know, the Sandman is about the dream of the endless. There are 7 endless. They're more than gods, and they have different roles within the universe. And Dream's role is to be the king of dreams.
Mm-hmm.
He lives in the dreaming. He can manipulate dreams. He ensures that humanity's dreamscape, dream universe is okay.
Mhm.
And at the beginning of the series, Dream gets captured by an old white man.
A
Surprise,
very
surprise.
rude old white man.
Yeah, and he's actually trying to capture one of Dream's siblings' death because his son has died and he wants to bring his son back.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And of course, Dream, or Morpheus as he's also known, being the person that he is like, no, fuck you.
Yeah.
So he's trapped for 100 years in this glass egg,
No.
and we
Ball
just
egg?
follow him along as he finally is free and then reclaims his possessions
Mm-hmm.
and fixes the dreamings, and you meet characters along the way. So
Yeah.
I think it's a really great storyline. These are based off of the comics by Neil Gaiman. Neil Gaiman?
Neil
I have
Gaiman.
no idea.
Neil Gaiman.
I think it's Gaiman.
Sorry, I'm pronouncing your name wrong. He also did Stardust. He did Coraline. He did a bunch of other stuff that many people throughout the years have consumed. He's a
I
fantastic
didn't
author.
know it was based off a comic book until yesterday. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
based
there
on-
was I forget what the name of the book was, but Gabby and I listened to it on a road trip. It was
Mhm.
a young adult or like a middle grade book, but it was so good. It was so cute. And it actually had a lot to do about death and like ghosts and stuff too. So
Mhm.
I think that's really fun.
Yeah, also there's an audiobook version of the Sandman books that's like a graphic audiobook. And I'm pretty sure James McAvoy voices Dream.
Mm-hmm.
It's also got Kat Dennings in it. Kat Dennings voices Death.
Love Kat Dennings.
So it's got a lot of people. It's narrated by Neil. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. 10 out of 10 would recommend. It's great.
yeah.
Yes.
But I want to know, like, so Katalyn, I know you said that it was a good show. You weren't sure if you would watch it again. Kiara, what did you like? What did you think about the episodes that you did watch? Because you watched up to Hell.
Yeah, so I watched Up Through Hell, which was episode 4.
Mhm.
I still have like
You have 7 episodes.
7 episodes left. I'm so sorry. But I really like it, and that's why it sucks that I'm not able to like watch it, because it's I think cinematography wise, like, it is just so beautiful to watch. Like, I think it's done really well. I think they're playing roles that are like perfect for the characters that they chose, honestly. There's one specific scene, not in Hell. The Hell episode was wild. That like fight between them, insane. But I specifically like really, and it was like a darker scene, but I think it was done beautifully with just the effects that like drugs can have on someone, but in a sense it was Sandman's sand that had the effect on the person. I think they kind of had that conversation really well within the show. And I don't know, like, it was a darker scene of that woman laying in the bed, and she was like so frail and just like broken. But that one I think stuck with me like heavily. I think that episode, out of the ones that I've watched, I think it was episode, I want to say 2 or 3.
I think it was 3. It was the Joanna episode, which
Yeah.
where he's with Joanna Constantine.
Yeah, and she keeps having that nightmare about losing the little girl and stuff. So I think that episode was probably my favorite of the ones that I've seen so far.
Yeah,
I really liked the Constantine.
Yeah, I'm glad. I like that they did a gender bent version.
Yes. I also love the actress. So
yes, Jenna Coleman, aces.
yeah.
I'm curious to see how they go with it, because for those of you that don't know, the show Lucifer is based in the same universe. And so is the Constantine show from the CW, same universe.
Oh, see,
That's
I
where
think
all of that came from.
Wait, like Lucifer, like helping the detective Lucifer?
Yeah. That one. Same Lucifer. Yeah, because there's an episode from, I can't remember if it's from Constantine or if it's from
I also watched Constantine, so
what the fuck is that the name of that other show?
that's why I lost it when Jenna Coleman was Joanna Constantine. I was like, what?
What is the name of that? What is the name of the other soup? Oh, Legends of Tomorrow. Because Constantine joins Legends of Tomorrow. I can't remember if it's in that one or if it's in Constantine, where he sees Lucifer. Like, he goes to Lucifer's club. And it's like, need your help, bud. Yeah, like they interact. So if they follow like a similar storyline, we'll see the girl again.
Dope.
So
nice.
Yeah, because that's allegedly the thing that this current version of Lucifer is going to do, is to leave hell and be like, suck my dick.
I also appreciate the gender bend with Lucifer as well.
Yeah. Well, I like that they are femme presenting, but we don't really know like really what their gender is.
And I love that actress.
Yeah.
So much.
A lot of people love Gwendolyn.
I love her so much.
How tall is she?
I want to say she's close to 6 foot. I'm gonna look it up actually.
Because I was curious, because I figured, from the show, because Tom's not like super short.
No.
But from the show, he looks like a good foot shorter than her. I was like, so surely, she's on like something to make her look really tall.
She's 6'3".
Okay, but exactly. But then I saw Comic-Con footage of the Game of Thrones cast, and she's like heads and feet above everybody.
Well, they're also like, I love Kit Harington so much, but he is a short king. He is a short king.
Is he? Oh no! Now we need to know how tall Tom is. But anyway, I love Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn just has a really good presence, and I think that she was an excellent choice for Lucifer, especially since she's got kind of a cherubic face. Love her. How tall is Tom?
He's only 5'10".
He's our height.
Yeah, I thought he was taller.
I mean, he's got a presence. I think that's why.
That's anyway. Anyways, just gonna spiral. That's fine.
He's just so pretty to look at.
We're all Tom fans. I'm mostly a fan of his voice. I think Tom's voice is fantastic.
Yeah,
it's just the right level of baritone for Dream, in my opinion. I know, Katalyn, you're all about the like long and lean men, so I'm sure that you were happy that he was pretty much naked throughout the first episode.
I wasn't ready for that. I watched it with my roommate like a few weeks ago, and I was just like, he's naked. And she was like, what? Because she was on her phone. I was like, he's naked. He's just sitting there.
He's naked through almost the entire episode. Naked. Which, it cracks me up that he was naked, because it was like, Tom, I know that you have clothes on underneath your cloak. Why are you naked when they take the cloak off of you?
Right. But yeah, my note was just, goddamn, he's attractive. And that's honestly what pushed me to finish the show, was just to see him more. So, but then it ended up being a really good show. So
yeah, I will say though, it cracks me up when he finally escapes and he's like kneeling down to get the sand, and he like carefully has his hand placed over his crotch.
Yeah.
Oh god. It was cool though to see his powers, and the like jump at the end always makes me giggle.
The jump at the end.
He's like, but I liked seeing the dreaming before and after his capture, because before, this is where I like really love the show, is how cinematically beautiful everything is. Because the dreaming before it's destroyed is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
And even after.
Yeah, I was like, and seeing it like kind of rebuild throughout the season too, and then also like Rose's powers, and like every time like something happens with her, I think they like create like emanated her as a vortex really well, just with like the power shimmering around her. Spoilers for you, Kiara. I'm sorry.
I knew going into this that I was going to get spoilers. So
Yeah,
it's okay.
So let's talk about the actual like fight between Dream and Lucifer, because I know I was anticipating something different because I hadn't read the comic books before, so I didn't realize that it was going to be like a wordplay kind of thing.
I thought it was gonna be like a physical
yeah.
fight.
I was
And I
like,
thought
it's
it was
gonna be like in this giant arena with like Coliseum, like
very
bring out the
Roman,
tigers, like let's go.
like
Yeah,
very Roman or Greek time type.
like get me in a little chariot with some horses type fight. Like
Where's
that's what I was like thinking was gonna happen.
It's very. I wasn't expecting it like an intellectual type of fight.
But I liked it.
Yeah,
I think it fit.
I think also just like the moments like leading up to the fight where you meet Lucifer and they're in like this white like flowy garb, very like ethereal. And then the moment the person was like, "Oh, Lucifer is my champion," the way the camera pans and all of a sudden like they're in like these black fighting leathers and you're just like,
I was like, "Oh fuck!" That's why I thought it was gonna be like a fucking like sword fight.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay, Dream, where's your battle armor?"
Just give Dream his helm. Just give him his helm. Like, what are you doing? Just
Yeah.
Would that have been so hard?
And leading up to the fight too, as he's walking through hell, which also Matthew loved the running commentary. Fantastic. When he comes across the woman that's in hell. After that episode, I looked more into who that was, and I really hope that they go over that storyline because that is Dream's like first love.
Yeah,
His first
like
human love.
10,000 years ago or something like that. Yeah, there was like a very like long like sentence or two where he says that.
But I hope they go more in depth to it because there was a lot to it.
Yeah.
I also want to touch on just the smaller nuances of like the Bible play that was seen in it with Abe and
Cain and Abel.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I loved Cain and Abel though.
Yeah. Oh my god, the whole thing with Gregory, I wanted to fucking die.
It was bad. It was
rough.
It was very sad.
Cain and Abel, just like, you know, you hear about these stories, like especially growing up religious, you hear about them and stuff. So to see them in the actual episode and kind of like a different take on their relationship was really interesting.
Yeah, it was really good.
I did not grow up religious, so I only know like very basic. So it was nice to see like a more not as like religiously heavy interpretation.
And that Cain and Abel live within the dream world, which also just puts into perspective like, is this actually real? Like, how true is the Bible? Like, all of these things. Like, where do we get this information from? And
having some existential crises.
Yeah. I'm just like, where's Jesus?
Where's Adam and Eve if we're going that far?
Come on!
I know. And then the other thing, as this is all happening with Dream, we've got all the stuff going on with the Corinthian where he's trying to sabotage everything. So he goes back to find the woman who was married, well, not married, who slept with the man that captured Dream. Because the Corinthian helped instigate all of that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course he did.
Corinthians.
And yeah, and he seeks out the woman and is like, you can kill him, blah blah blah, like do this. And she's like, no, fuck you. And literally his body like shreds apart and he ends back up in the dreaming.
The fact that he ended back up in the dreaming and then was just like, I'm out, Lucien, bye.
Yeah.
Like, Lucien couldn't do anything to keep him there.
I don't know. I was curious about that too. I was like, is the Corinthian like stronger than Lucien? And that's why Lucien's like,
I mean, he is a nightmare.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So
I don't know, but I'm over here being like, Remus Lupin's and everything, because I just watched Enola Holmes 2 last night, and I have not seen Enola Holmes 1.
No, don't tell me anything about it. I haven't watched it yet.
No, I'm just saying, like, I have not seen the first one, but I watched the second one, and I'm just like, it's Remus Lupin.
Lupin's in the second one?
What?
Why did you watch the second one without watching the first?
Because Emily and I were 4 bottles deep, and she's like, I want to watch this. She's like, you don't need to watch the first one to watch the second one. You really don't need to watch the first one to watch the second one.
You're just missing out now.
Yeah. I'll probably go back and watch it, but I'm just like, Remus Lupin out here. I'm just like, we got Superman, Remus Lupin, and Bellatrix Lestrange all in this bitch. We got the Witcher, Superman.
It's an odd collective of people.
Oh god, the Witcher no more.
Like,
yeah.
Anyways,
but no, when I saw Lupin and the Sandman, I was like, "Get out! This is the wrong place for you to be, sir.
Go get Teddy.
I know.
What are you doing?
I deadass. I was watching. I was like, Mooney, what are you doing?
I was like, where's Tonks?
I was like, what's happening?
I just think it's so funny. I do want to like touch on that. Like, I don't know his actual name. The guy, the actor.
I don't either.
We're gonna have to look it up.
I don't think anybody our age knows his name.
He plays Remus Lupin, which is such like a beloved character for our generation. And then he ends up as this character in the Sandman and Enola Holmes, and he's like plays bad guy characters.
Yeah,
like he goes from Remus to this, and I'm like, oh me, what you doing?
This like lovable character that like everyone.
Like, I love you. Please stop.
And now to this where I'm just like, he can die. He can die.
Oh, his character in the Sandman is fucking awful. Because then like all of the stuff happens with Dream. Like he gets his home, he has his sand, so now he has to go after the ruby. Corinthians already tried to like get what's her face to kill Dream, and she's like, no, fuck you. So she goes to her son John D, who had stolen the ruby from her at some point, and she was like, you need to give him the ruby back. Like, I'm trying to protect you, which doesn't happen. She ends up giving him the amulet that she was using to protect herself, and then dies, and he escapes and then ends up at this diner with his ruby.
Victoria hates.
It's not that I hate it, it's just a lot. Oh, wait, no. Actually, before this, so Dream does end up finding the ruby, and he goes to grab it, but John has done something to fuck with the ruby.
Yeah.
It's blown back.
Is that like, do they like fix that? Is that like something that gets fixed near the end?
I'll hold on.
Okay,
let me get through
She's giving you a synopsis.
Let me get through this episode. So John ends up at this diner, and he believes that the ruby shows people truth, like he makes them honest. So he just goes around like fucking with these people at this diner, like absolutely destroying their lives, like making them be honest. Like the really sweet waitress talks about like how awful her life is or something like that, and she like confronts the guy that she's interested in. It turns out he's gay and like fucking her son, and
who's 21. He's a
yeah, he's 21. He's an adult.
Like she got a crush on a dude that's fucking her son.
Yeah, her son is an adult. He's in college. Clarify that. He's not a pedophile, although it's like gross, but whatever.
Yeah.
And then the couple is there that's there that she set up, like they're not happy with each other. So she like fucks this guy that's supposed to interview at their company. And then the husband like goes and sucks the guy's dick that's sleeping with the waitress's.
He's the cook.
It's like, the cook. It's like very convoluted and a lot happens, and it results in them like killing themselves.
Yeah, everyone dies.
Yeah, they all die in the end.
What episode is this?
5.
Yeah.
You were literally the episode before.
Right.
Yeah. So like he uses the ruby to like manipulate them into like slaughtering themselves, and then he ends up like inadvertently summoning the what is their name? The 3 and 1, 1 and 3. What is their name?
The
Fates. My brain is not with it today. He inadvertently summons the Fates, and they infer that he can kill Dream by destroying the ruby or something. Like he's got Dream's life in his hand. And And then, of course, Dream shows up. He's like, what the fuck?
Because it's not just in this diner that shit's happening. It's like all over the world.
All over.
Because no one's been sleeping or dreaming properly for like decades.
No, the ruby.
No, this is from the ruby. The ruby is causing it.
Yeah, the ruby is causing like mass chaos.
Yeah,
like,
as soon as
all of it.
Yeah, as soon as Dream was set free, like people started waking up, like going to sleep. All of that evened out. And then John got a hold of the ruby.
Ended.
John got a hold of the ruby and things just like hit the fan.
Yeah.
So of course he like tells John, like, you're not helping them see the truth. You're taking away their dreams. Like, that's what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And they somehow end up in the dreaming. And they're fighting. And it looks like John wins. And he, like, crushes the ruby. And he's like, I did it. I killed you. Da-da-da. No. Turns out he released all of Dream's power back into him.
So, like, Dream is, like, this massive thing. And John is, like, standing in the palm of his hand. Like,
I know.
And Dream was like, why do you think I had it in a fucking ruby?
Yeah.
Well, no, Dream was like, I didn't think that would happen.
Yeah, he was like, I didn't think to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he ended up giving Dream all of his power back, and Dream, having since learned mercy, puts John back into his cell.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, okay, time to go fix things. He's like, but for tonight, everybody gets to sleep. And then we're like, okay, done. Now what?
I will say, I really do enjoy like Morpheus's growth throughout the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
Like you see him, especially this is kind of jumping ahead a little bit, but like with Galt and the nightmare, like that nightmare specifically, and just like the change he had towards her.
Dude, that whole episode made me want to fucking cry. So sad. So, of course, Dream has his power now. He's like, well, what am I going to do with my life? He's having a midlife crisis.
He's like, sulking.
How do you have a midlife crisis when you're like thousands and thousands of years old?
It got so bad he was feeding pigeons bread in a park.
He was sulking in a park.
As he should.
Just feeding pigeons. So he's just sitting there vibing, and then somebody walks up to him. Yeah.
Feed the birds.
Oh, wait. I almost forgot. At the end of the episode, when Dream walks away, it pans around to somebody behind him, and it's fucking Desire. And Desire's like, I'll get you next time. Because this was all an elaborate ploy by Desire.
Dude, I was not prepared for how much Desire had, like, plotted against.
Oh, Morpheus. Yeah.
I need to see a family dinner.
This whole season is essentially Desire just being like, fuck you.
So was it Desire that, like, even from the beginning, Desire is the reason that Dream ended up in that guy's fucking basement?
Yeah. Desire instigated all of it.
And, like, this whole vortex thing, all Desire.
All Desire. All of it. Yeah, so Dream is sulking. He's also skulking. He's doing both. He's just vibing on a park bench, and somebody walks up to him, and it ends up being Death, who's played by Kirby, which I think was a great casting. And Death just takes Dream on a day at work with her.
It's like bring your brother to work day.
It's depressing because she's dead.
Yeah. So, yes. I have to make it light somehow.
Yeah, but it is kind of like a palate cleanser, because then you like see the beauty in what she does, and like how she tries to be there for people when they pass, and like be a comfort. And although it like really fucking sucked that one of the people that she took was like a 3-month-old baby, I was like, I want to die.
Luckily, I've seen that on TikTok. So,
so she goes through that episode with him, and we actually find out that they did an experiment where she gave one person the ability to not die.
Oh yeah.
And Dream does like century updates with him. And I thought that whole like storyline was really fascinating, especially because every time Dream saw him, he expected him to be like, I'm done. And he was like, no, I got so much to live for. It's like, there's so much I can do.
The fact that the same pub was open from like 1382 to like 1982.
Yeah.
Was just impressive.
I know. But also like seeing the changes in him throughout the centuries was hysterical. And we got to see one of Joanna's ancestors, which I thought was cool.
Joanna.
Which I'm hoping we see more of in other flashbacks. I think that'll be really interesting. But yeah, we get through the whole episode, and then we get into the vortex stuff, which is like another set of episodes. It's like one overarching plot line.
Which is
And I
really
like. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's just really cool. Also, the whole thing where Unity like was pregnant while she was sleeping, even though she was a child, but then like had the dream.
Was she a child or was she like an adult by that point? Because Unity was asleep for a very long time.
Yeah, so she was a child when the sleeping sickness started.
Yeah.
And she obviously aged while she was asleep.
Yeah.
And she was obviously like an adult when she had the kid.
Mm-hmm.
But just the fact that she had a whole ass child while she was asleep is trippy.
I know. I'm shocked that her parents didn't like question that shit.
Like, I'm pretty sure there's no consent with that.
Okay, well, so Unity explains it as in her dream, she had a whole life with her golden-eyed man. Like she met him, they got married, they had a child. She didn't realize that she was having a child like in the real world. We will circle back to that because it's important. But we when this like next overarching plot line starts, we meet Rose Walker. We don't know why she's important, but if you notice, Rose is friends with Genya, whatever her name is, from the diner episode, the red-haired girl. She plays Genya in Shadow and Bone.
Oh yeah, I saw her picture on her wall.
Yeah, they're friends.
Well, she's
so
dead now.
Everything's connected. It's all connected. It's like that meme with the whiteboard. It's all connected.
I was wondering what you meant by Genya on your note. I was like,
yeah, Genya. I love her. She looks really good. Mask, gotta say.
Yeah,
loving the vibe. Anyways, we meet Rose. Turns out Rose is a dream vortex, which is like not good because it can kill everything and all of the dreaming and consume it, and it's not great. And as she's like, because she's trying to find her younger brother, because her parents have passed and her brother was put in foster care. And as all of this stuff is happening, as she's searching for him, she's like inadvertently causing dreams to happen like in real life. So her best friend ends up pregnant.
Yeah. Her best friend's husband died, but she's been dreaming about him.
Yeah.
And she ends up pregnant in her dream, but then she ends up pregnant also
in real life.
I feel like I'm so confused. I
know. I can just see you like glazing over. But essentially, it all works out. Turns out Unity was supposed to be the vortex. Rose gets to live on with her brother.
Yeah.
It's a happy thing.
It is a happy thing. Yeah, because Unity was supposed, like Katalyn was saying, was supposed to be the dream vortex. And she ended up having a kid from the sleepy sickness. And that kid ended up being Rose's mom. So she's
Grandma.
I'm just over here. I'm so confused with how
Unity's
you guys are explaining.
Daughter is Rose's mom, is what I was saying.
No. Unity's daughter is her grandmother because Unity is Rose's great-grandmother.
No, Unity is her grandmother.
Great-grandmother.
I just hope I'm not this confused when I actually watch the episode.
I watched it last night. Great-grandmother.
I'm going to look that up. Anyways, I'll look it up later. But they're related.
Yeah.
But yeah, she finds her brother and everything's like happy except for, there's things that happen along the way, like the cereal convention.
Now, Kiara, before we get into this,
it's like
what do you think the cereal convention is?
Okay, so there's two, because people like to joke about like a serial killer, and it's like they wear boxes of like cereal. So we could either have like a serial killer convention that's called cereal convention, or it's literally a convention about people's favorite cereals.
Which do you think it is?
Honestly, I'm gonna go with the food option.
No, you're
wrong.
It's serial killers.
Yes.
They call it a cereal convention, so that way it's their like cover.
Yeah.
I really hope they're still walking around with like boxes of cereal being like, we're undercover.
Well, I died laughing because Corinthian ends up there because he's a serial killer.
Yeah, because Corinthian is like the original. Corinthian is like the original serial killer.
Yeah, but he's there with Rose's little brother as like a ploy to get Rose to come, essentially.
Yeah, because he wants Rose to destroy Dream.
Yeah, and so you see this banner that says the cereal convention, and it's spelled like cereal, like the breakfast food.
Mhm.
And he walks in and he's like, for a cereal convention, there sure isn't a lot of cereal around here. I'm like, leave it to a fucking 12-year-old to say some shit.
Yes.
You know, if they're gonna make this their cover, they might as well like full blown go with it. Have like cereal booths,
Yeah.
favorite cereal talks.
Yeah,
Like
no.
you need to like this is your cover. You need to have like a map of it.
Not a very good cover.
No, and it didn't help either that the guy manning like the welcome stuff likes to kill children.
Okay.
So, you know, God forbid a family comes in, be like, oh, cereal convention with kids.
No.
Right.
Not good. No. But I thought the cereal convention, while like alarming, was also hilarious because they talk about like the ways that they kill, or there's a whole panel of like women serial killers that are like, you know, it's hard to be in this field as a woman because it's only so much percentage, like, you know, we can do it too. I was like,
it's not just about our sexuality.
Yeah. Or there was a panel about like the religious killers.
And that's when Gilbert was just like, oh fuck.
Yeah, that's what he realized. Okay, so Rose is there trying to find her brother because Corinthian called her and was like, I have your brother, like I want to, you know, return him to you.
Yeah.
And Rose is there with this guy named Gilbert who was at the bed and breakfast that she was staying at. And they're like, they had stolen name tags.
Yeah.
Not realizing that those name tags were of, you know, serial killers. So they were like going through the panels trying to find him. And then Gilbert walks into the religious one and he's like, oh shit.
And he also sees Corinthian.
Yeah. So he like boogies out. He's like, I gotta go.
I'd boogie out too. I'd be like, bye.
So, you know, they're trying to like figure out what's going on. And Rose does end up finding her brother. But by then, like Corinthian has them together and they're like in a hotel room and he's trying to like keep them in there. And Corinthian has to go and give the keynote speech
in the middle of
all of this. And he is there and Dream finds him because Dream is trying to hunt down like these high class like nightmares and dreams that have like
escaped. Yeah.
And he gets there and he like goes to stop him and he's like, oh no, my powers aren't working because Rose is there being a vortex, just vortexing things. She is. And she's like trying to figure out how her powers work. They like get all sucked into a dream and then they're like going through the dreams of all of the serial killers. And it's all of their methods of killing. Like there's the surgeon, there's the guy who makes like stuff out of people's skin. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Even there's a lot going on.
Crime, it was a lot.
It's a good episode though.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I think it's ironic that I prefer that episode over the diner episode.
Yeah. Anyways.
It's a good episode.
Yeah.
But yeah. But then they have like the realization with Unity and that she was supposed to be the vortex. And that's when Dream is like, I'm over this shit. And then Dream confronts Desire. And that's where the whole like,
he's over this shit. And that's when he go feeds the pigeons.
No.
That's what I would do.
The pigeons were 4 episodes ago.
No, you're
go back to the pigeons.
No. He decides to like go start reworking in the like dreaming and reworks one of the nightmares into a dream.
Yeah.
Because she makes a quip of nightmares can dream too.
Yeah. Because that nightmare specifically was trying to provide a safe space in Rose's brother's dreams because he was being abused by his foster parents. So she was trying to create a dream reality for him where he was like the superhero, which was actually really cool because he was wearing like the comic book accurate like superhero costume for the Sandman. Yeah. Because that whole universe is part of the DC universe. Like they have like superhero stuff and all of that. I don't know how in depth it is, but that's, you know, part of it.
Okay.
but she was like, you know, like you were saying, nightmares can have dreams, and she wanted to be a positive thing. So he reworked her, made her a dream.
Yeah.
But I love the confrontation scene between Dream and Desire because I just really fucking love Mason Alexander Park.
That scene is literally what introduced me to the show, and I was like, all right, guys, I gotta watch this to see what this shit is. And it's the last fucking episode.
Mm-hmm. It's a shame that they're siblings. Is all I'm saying. Y'all know I love Mason. I've been screaming about loving Mason since I watched the show.
Mm-hmm.
Mason Alexander Park, for those of you that don't know, plays Desire. They are non-binary. They do use they them pronouns. So like if you're going to talk about them, please be respectful about it. But I can't wait to see what happens because again, Desire is the one that ended up being with Unity. Desire was the golden-eyed man. Desire has gold eyes. So Desire is the one
who got the girl pregnant.
Ripple. Yeah, Desire is the one who caused the ripple effect with the vortex to ensure that the vortex ended up being a child of the endless because they can't harm each other. If they were to kill one another or do anything to one another, it would be
which would have caused Morpheus to kill his own blood.
Yes.
But I guess Unity died on her own then in her sleep. Oh no, she wasn't a child of the endless. So
yeah, Unity wasn't a child of the endless. It would have just meant if he had done anything to Rose, because Dream has to deal with vortexes. Like he has to end them, and if he had killed Rose, that would have been big no. Like essentially, what would have happened is Dream also would have died.
Mm-hmm.
So
no
bueno.
Yeah,
and you know we thought that was it.
That last fucking episode.
That episode came out like
a week later.
Month.
Was it a month?
It was a pretty good chunk of time after we thought that the first season was done, and definitely wasn't expecting it to be what it was.
They swindled you.
They did.
Yeah, I know my one boss was like, she's like, I came in one morning and she was like on her phone. She's like, they released another episode of the Sandman, and I was like, what? What's going on?
Yeah, I was freaking out. Like if y'all go into our Discord server, you can see me screaming. Well, you can't. No, if you go into the archive, you can see it.
It's in the archive. It's in the basement.
You can see me and Pickle and Debbie screaming about it for like 15 minutes about this shit. Because we saw a little preview of it and I was like, okay, cool, an episode about cats. And then it started and I was like, it's an episode about cats.
You should have warned me a little bit more. Other than bad things happen. You should have warned me just a smidge more.
No, I'm not telling you. And we're not going to talk about it because I want Kiara to suffer.
Hey, it hurts. I watched that documentary, Don't Fuck With Cats. Is it something like that?
I don't know what that is.
You guys don't know about the documentary Don't Fuck With Cats on Netflix?
No.
It's basically about this online community who tracked down this dude that was killing people, and he started by posting videos of himself killing kittens, like suffocating them. Yeah. Like putting them in bags and like the air like the bags that you can like pull air out of, and just like, yeah.
Fuck
Kiara,
that, dude.
All I'm gonna say is that the cat part of that episode made me cry. So that's how prepared you need to be for it. The second half of the episode was it wasn't really good. It was good. Figured out where a fucking TikTok sound came from.
Yeah. You answered. Well, you called. Fuck. Why wouldn't I answer?
Okay, but the reason for that is, so, like, the premise of that episode is good old Rory from Doctor Who.
Fucking Rory.
He essentially is holding a muse hostage.
Yeah,
because he's a writer and he has writer's block, so he's like, oh, keep this muse. He doesn't realize, though, he has to fucking trigger warning sexually assault her in order to, like, get the mojo going, which he does. You piece of shit.
Yeah.
But it turns out that the muse, Calliope, is a former lover of Dream.
Former wife,
excuse me. Yeah, they were married.
Had a kid.
They did. Which I hope they go in depth more later, because things happen with them. Yeah. The bad things happen with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's trapped and she's like, that's the only person I can think of to call. but she wasn't sure if Dream had been released at that point because he had been gone for
so
a
long.
century.
Yeah, but she gets I guess that was after the visit from the Fates, but she sees a newspaper that says the sleeping sickness.
Oh yeah, the sleepy sickness. Yeah, she wasn't sure at first, but then as soon as she sees that, she's like, okay, I'm gonna try, and she does call for his help, and he comes and saves her.
Boy, is he mad! What happened?
Oh, the shit that he does.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the other thing too.
Amy
It has
loves-
Inej in there too.
Yeah, I saw that. She plays a doctor.
Yeah.
What?
Kiara hasn't seen Shadow and Bone.
Shadow and Bone.
Nope.
Yeah,
It's okay. This is
I was
more
like-
for Justine. Oh. Yeah, the actress that plays Inej from Six of Crows.
Yeah, when she was on the camera towards the end of the episode, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was in there too. But yeah, the shit that Dream does to him, he's like, okay, you're gonna fucking suffer.
He's like, you hurt someone I love.
That's the level of petty I aspire to. He's like, I won't kill him.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really hot to have a man want to kill someone for
Yeah.
you.
He's like, no, he dead ass. He's like, you want ideas? Okay, here's ideas. And he like floods his brain with so many ideas to the point that he like rips his nails off and like is writing in blood on the wall all of the because he just like can't stop. He's got to get all of the stories out.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I'll give you inspiration.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then she shows mercy and
Yeah.
But then he's back to his writer's block. Oh darn.
Yep.
Fucking Rory. Anyways.
And they leave. And they do the you called, you answered, or you answered, you called. Whatever it is. I don't remember
I think
what
it's
order
you
it is.
came.
Or you came, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You came, you called.
Whatever it is. Didn't know it was TikTok sound till last
Yeah.
night when I was watching it. It's like 10 o'clock and I was just like, fuck. But
It's
it's
a
a
good
really good show. Kira everyone's got a really good synopsis of
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very confused, I will say. Definitely have to watch it to not be confused anymore.
I hope you watch it. I think you genuinely will like the rest of the show.
Yeah, you will.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you will. If you liked the first 4 episodes.
Yeah. Just
She's
be,
like, okay.
just be mentally prepared.
Okay.
That episode.
Yeah. I think you'll actually really like the Airbnb guests.
There's a couple there. Their name is Ken and Barbie.
Okay.
Oh, and that's another thing too. Barbie's dream, apparently it's important.
The fantasy thing?
Yeah, her dream universe. Yeah, apparently the creature that she's with, apparently that's all important.
Huh.
I don't know how,
It just made me want to start reading my book.
but I hear things. So, but yeah, if you guys watch the show, let us know. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. I will literally talk about Sandman with anybody, anytime, any place. Just let me know. You can message us on Instagram. Yeah, please watch it and send me reactions.
Okay.
You should see mine and Victoria's conversation this morning about the cat episode.
Yeah. She was like, why did you warn me? I was like, because you don't deserve it.
Okay.
Suffer.
All because I kept a surprise. Wow.
You lied. You know, it's not because you kept a surprise, it's because you lied to my fucking face. You looked me right in my eyes.
And said no.
You lied to me.
At least I was just like, I have a job. You guys had no inkling.
Yeah, I asked, and Cal was like, "Oh, it's a better
I
job."
needed Victoria as a reference, so.
I hate you guys. Anyways, let us know if you have any thoughts about Sandman, and make sure you keep your eye out because it did get renewed for season 2. Very excited. So yeah, it'll be fun to see what adventures Dream gets into and the fuckery that ensues. But for right now, Kiara, can you take us out with an affirmation?
I can. So today's affirmation is, I've made it through hard times before, and I've come out stronger and better because of them. I'm going to make it through this.
That's very apropos for the show.
Yeah, it is.
Just current life.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Kiara.
You're welcome.
So thank you everyone else also for joining us. Make sure to tune in on Tasty Tuesdays and Thirsty Thursdays for all new episodes, and be sure to subscribe and follow our socials. Listen in the description. Please make sure you like, rate, and leave a review for us to help boost us across platforms. It helps more than you know. Have a lovely day, and remember, stay thirsty, bitches.